Mwiriwe neza mwese. Ngira ngo biroroshye wenda kugira aho mpera. Ndahera ku mateka Bizimana yatubwiye. Arambuye afite ibimenyetso ashingiyeho, ariko ndagira ngo mbanze nshimire mwese abari hano mwaje kwifatanya n'igihugu n'abanyarwanda, cyane cyane mwebwe abaturuka hanze mu bindi bihugu cyangwa abihagarariye hano mu gihugu cyacu. Ndabashimira kuko kenshi ko dusigaye tubibona ko bisigaye biri ukuri ntabwo kukigenderwaho. Ni nacyo gituma, ariko reka mvugane, hari umuntu w'inshuti yanjye wigeze kumbaza ati ariko wowe nk'umuntu ubaho ute ugahuza bimwe, ndaza kubivuga mu rurimi rw'amahanga. Arambaza tubaho ute ugahuza the dark past and the cruel present. But how do you manage that? Ariko uko nabyumvaga ntabwo ari igihe yabazaga gusa, yabazaga u Rwanda. Uvuga ngo u Rwanda mubaho muti, with a very dark past and a very cruel present. Icyo namushubije nuko from the beginning we were under an illusion that the two were siblings and we had to deal with them as such. You have to deal with the cruel present, knowing that it is very, very much related to the dark past. They are inseparable. So for us, we have a choice to make. You are either crushed in between and you stop existing, or you stand up and fight. When people are saying in the testimony that, you know, the hope they have and that what happened here 30-something years ago will never happen again. It won't be because of those who were responsible for that dark past. Will not try again, or are not even trying now again. It will not happen again just because there will be people who will stand up and fight. It's not because there are fewer people who wish to perish or who would have wished us all to disappear, this country to disappear. But how can people accept that? How can people not stand up and fight? Because anyway, well, there is a risk you may die when you stand up to fight. But if you don't, it's a sure thing you're going to die. So why don't I try the former? Why don't I try to stand up and fight with the chance that you might survive and live on your life as you want it, instead of giving up and you let people treat you as if for you to live, it's a favor that they are going to do for you. Why? I've also had people come to me and warn me and say, President, you know you are too vocal, you say things that challenge these people who have the power in their hands and they're going to kill you. Well, first of all, it means they're killers. But my answer to them is, you know what? If I were to be there to just accept these things to happen, I don't think I would count myself as living anyway. It's like I would already be dead. To live a life of lies, of pretense, and all my life to somebody else, I would be dead anyway. So why don't I die fighting? So you Rwandans, why don't you die fighting? Instead of dying anyway. Just dying like flies. Why? But my message goes to other Africans who live like this on a daily basis, who are dehumanized. And they accept it and they beg. I can't beg to live. I can't beg anybody. Who will fight? If I lose, I lose. But there is a chance. There is a chance, a significant chance, that if you stand up and fight, you will live. And you will have lived a dignified life that you deserve, that anybody else deserves. So these people who are there to the UN, they are there to these Western capitals, they are everywhere, they are just saying, Rwanda, this small country, this Rwanda. I mean, you see, when you are talking about Rwanda and ganging up together against Rwanda, you think it's some country that is, I don't know. Then when I remember the facts about it, I just imagine the world has gone amok. But in the midst of all that, we have to live. We have to live our lives, we have to fight for that, we have to live the way we want. And I tell anybody to his face to go to hell. If anyone comes around and thinks they can, they come and say, hey, we're going to sanction you. To what? Go to hell. Just go to hell. You have your own issues to deal with. Go and deal with your own issues. Leave me to mine. This is the spirit, I think, Rwandans must have in their daily lives. So my worry is not about how powerful these people are that come down upon us and throw anything at us. I'm never worried about that. I worry about one thing, which has lived on for centuries. It's for Rwandans. It's for Africans who sit back and find nothing wrong with accepting to be treated like that. That's my only worry. When can Rwandans, when can Africans refuse to be mistreated like this? To be told they have no value, to be told that their lives have to be lived as a result of a favor they are being done by somebody else. What a shame for people to accept that even for a moment. You must not accept it. You must get up and fight for yourself. And then you have fools leading countries and being used as puppets. And they are stealing from their own resources, which they should be putting to the good use of their own people and develop them. They just put everything to their own use, find billionaires in a sea of poverty, millions of people going hungry, and their leaders, billionaires, money that has been stolen from the resources of these people, and these are the ones received in Western capitals and praised, and when, Rwanda is being crucified, literally at the UN, everywhere, these are the ones who show up and everybody is doing their bidding. They don't talk. These ones don't even say a thing. There is somebody to say it for them. You don't say a thing. Even in meetings where solutions are being thought about and crafted and so on, they are absent because somebody else is there. They are addressed there. When their name comes up, they say, no. You see, I see it on a daily basis. Somebody has agents, orders them, pays them to go everywhere preaching hate speech, killing people in broad daylight, setting fire on these people, burning in broad daylight. And when it comes up for discussion, they say, no, it's not this one. No. You see some other people, we look for them. But the person keeps coming up, they say, no, I will take the war to Kigali, I remove the government, these Tutsis, we are tired of them, like we were tired of them 31 years ago. Here, and it's okay. These wonderful people, these powerful people who tell us what to do and what not to do, they are okay with that. They are fine with that. And they expect us to accept it also ourselves. In broad daylight. Hate speech, killings of people for their identity, uprooting them from their homes, and most of them are refugees here in this country. We have 125,000 people as refugees who have been living in camps, uprooted from their homes in Eastern Congo. And then these powerful, good people come here and pick 1, 2, 3, another day 5, if there are many, to go and settle them in those beautiful countries of theirs. And they leave the majority here. And they expect us to be thankful that that's a huge gesture of generosity. First of all, they take them knowing that these are actually refugees from a neighboring country. They don't take them as Rwandans. They take them as refugees from Congo. Only that they are taking very few. They are not, I wish they could take all of them. Those who wish to go and resettle them. So the rest becomes my problem. So what they have to do is cleanse Eastern Congo of all these people, bring them to Rwanda, take to your countries those you want, few, very few, not even 0.1%, and the rest should remain Rwanda's problem. Because after all, these ones are Tutsis like Kagame. That's a simple conclusion. But ask yourselves, how did these people end up being across the border of Rwanda? Was it really done by Kagame? Was it done by Rwanda? No, for us, we are here lucky that we are alive, that we survived. So, but as I say this, even for my sanity and the country's sanity, we have sometimes to just try to do things differently. Meaning, if you want to be helpful, if you want us to be partners, we are happy to play our part, and you can be sure you will find a reliable partner in us, irrespective of what we think about you. You know, this whole thing you see every day, you know, you have heard of groups, what is it? Group of experts. You have heard of that thing? These are people who go around, experts who are supposed to know better our situation than ourselves. Can you imagine? And the ones who lead those groups are the very people connected with this history I'm talking about, or that Bizimana was talking about. Can you imagine the cynicism? And this expert comes to me and asks me, you know, but this, so the whole thing about genocide, this ideology that has killed millions of people, has been turned into a problem of minerals. You know, it's okay. Let's imagine it's a problem of minerals now. Was it a problem of minerals in 1994? Which minerals were we fighting for here? Just imagine. Which minerals? Second, if it were to be minerals, how many are actually fighting for these minerals in those places? Assuming you found evidence about Rwanda being implicated in what's happening in Congo for minerals in Eastern Congo. Are you really saying it is just Rwanda? Why don't you be brave enough to say Rwanda is invading our territory we have created for ourselves and is encroaching on the minerals we are also encroaching on in Eastern Congo? Why don't you be brave enough to admit that? At least to say that. Minerals? If what is the allegations, if these allegations were true, you know what? Rwanda would be as rich as you are, those who make the accusations. Would actually would not be needing your money at all. Which you give us nothing and you come and beat us up for for everything. I mean, yeah, that is the world between the dark past and the cruel present. But what didn't kill us and finish us 21 years ago has hardened us, has prepared us for the bad things that will always come anytime these people want and wish. Honestly, I want to assure you, we will not die not fighting like last time. And fighting does not involve invading anybody's territory, does not involve going after something that is not ours. Fighting, I mean, is if you find us here and want to treat us the way you want that we have seen in the past, I just want to assure you, you will not succeed. You will not succeed. I think I beg all these Rwandans, we should be itching for a fight with anybody who wants to come here and turn things upside down. And I think there are many who are ready to join for that. But for our friends, our partners, please don't misunderstand us, don't mistreat us. We have had enough of it. Take it somewhere else. Take it somewhere else. You know, this Bizimana who was telling you this whole history, by the Bizimana, if you could compile that and distribute it to our friends and all of us. I actually want a copy of what you... But I think you should give our friends and others, they need to... Much as in the cruel present, facts don't matter, evidence doesn't matter, the truth doesn't matter. What matters is what pleases you on any day, and doesn't matter what facts about others. But and I was saying this because this man made another presentation another time that involved the same people he was talking about. And the next day, from embassies, people came to him, threatening him. You know, they even, they are so foolishly brave to just, you know, they went to him. And I think another message went through Foreign Affairs. It's like this man who is saying this, and he was not saying it is not true, but he was saying no for daring to say it, even if it is the truth. Yes, they threatened him, and they even started threatening he will not get a visa to travel to some places, face to face, like that. Somebody from the embassy threatening our minister. Of course, I can't blame them that, given this history we have had, that from the embassy they even think they are above the minister. Yeah. They just come and say, you dare say this. He wasn't saying, this is contrary to the truth or evidence we have. Why did you present lies? No. He was just saying, whether lies or truth, you shouldn't have said it. That is the cruel present we live in, but we must confront it, and we will. We shall. No question about it. I've also told people that anyway, for us, we are in a sort of not bad position, because the worst has already happened to us. I don't think anything worse will happen, ever. So those who are scared, fearful of anything, I just want to console you in some way, if you may, that actually the worst has already passed. When we lost the people during that time, the young man was giving a testimony about. Do you think anything like that would ever happen again? I don't think so. So why would we be scared of anything? The worst. The hurricane came and we took cover and things, and it has passed. And we rebuilt. We rebuilt our strength of all kinds. I don't think there is any other hurricane that will come and sweep across the country, destroying everything. I don't think so. So And this day always reminds us of some of the things that I ignored and the facts that remember the book written by somebody many of you know, Philip Gurevich, with a very long title. When he and this is a man who, well, at least I would have wished if they could think of such a man and put him in the group of experts, maybe they would benefit from. But you bring somebody just because she comes from a country that colonized Rwanda and that becomes the expert. I think that's not serious. But he said that the title of the book was, "We wish to inform you that tomorrow will be killed with our families." You know, who were they informing? And who was going to stop that? And who was going to come to their rescue? Nobody. It just happened as they said it. People kept telling the world, "We want to inform you that tomorrow we're going to be killed with all our families." And who cared? And the families were killed indeed, including the family of the young man who was testifying here. Well, including our families, those of us standing here who have been demonized every single day about our history. The history where there is a force that always has been attempting to turn victims into perpetrators. So these people who give testimonies and say what happened to them, they are actually now perpetrators. They are no longer victims. So the cynicism I was talking about of what happens in this world is that these very people who barely survived and who lost everything else and their families are now the victims, the perpetrators, no longer victims. That's what the world wants to create about us. I think I should, even for, again, the sake of our sanity, maybe we'll always, you know, during the war times, to keep my own balance, you know, there used to be battles taking place across the country, militias killing people, RPA soldiers fighting government forces. Sometimes in our movements, we would, one of the commanders would come to me and say, "President, you come and see what has happened here." I went there once and saw a mass grave that they had just dug with caterpillars, and I think they had put in over 2,000 people And from that lot, we found 12 people are still breathing. And we got them out. I was told the other day of the 12, I think they lived for some time, and then now they are remaining 7 out of 12. I kept following the story. 7 are still alive. I think 5 died of... But from that moment, I told the commanders that they should never bring my attention to this kind of thing. They should just handle it, and we agreed how they would be handling it. But I should never, I don't even need to be informed or, and the reason was simple. And unfortunately, such a moment of remembrance sort of takes you back into that. But the reason was I didn't want my judgment and my conduct of the war and the leadership I was supposed to be providing to be impaired in any way by the anger, by what you saw. So that's why I wanted to keep my own balance so that we go through so many things. But otherwise, if I kept seeing this, putting people out of a mass grave, and then your mind goes to say, but who is this? Whoever is doing this, why is he doing it? He may end up... So anyway, let me end here. There will always be another day, another year to commemorate our lost people. But for Rwandans, I beg you, don't owe your life to anybody else. And please have the courage to deal with the situation and moment as it is. Don't offend anybody, but always fight for what is yours. Don't allow anybody else to dictate to you how you should live your life, because the moment you accept it, that is the day you have lost your life. God bless you.